In the mid-2000s, Aleksander Emelianenko, younger brother of the legendary Fedor, emerged as one of the sport's most feared heavyweights. Mind-blowing speed, explosive combinations, and the most intimidating stare elevated him to MMA stardom. However, the journey of the more talented brother was tarnished by personal struggles, addiction, and a descent into darkness. Today we explore the life of the Russian prodigy, from his prime days at Pride to taking fights against YouTubers and bloggers. Aleksander Emelianenko was born on August 2, 1981 in Stary Oskol, Russia, into the family of a teacher and a welder. He was the third child in the family, being the youngest brother of the Russian MMA legend Fedor Emelianenko. Alex started martial arts training at a very young age. His older brother, Fedor, often had to babysit him, and to ensure he didn't miss his sambo practice, Fedor brought young Alex along with him, who would soon begin mimicking their movements. Growing up, Alex spent much time on the streets, often engaging in street fights and neighborhood riots while his parents worked. He officially started sambo training in elementary school and later pursued judo, wrestling, and boxing. In 1999, at the age of 18, he won the European Championship, but his involvement in criminal activities led to his first prison term. Though the exact charges remain unknown, he served 3.5 years until his brother Fedor helped with his release in 2003. After his release from prison, Emelianenko wasted no time and dove straight into preparations for his MMA debut. He joined the Russian top team alongside his brother Fedor. By then, Fedor had already claimed the Pride Championship title and played a pivotal role in securing Alexander's contract with the Japanese promotion. He made his debut in 2003 at the age of 22. And only within 8 months, he secured 3 victories, demonstrating his mastery in striking, wrestling, and ground and pound. He even claimed the Combat World Championships title in the same year, showcasing success in 2 sports. Despite these achievements, his battle with alcohol addiction grew, with Fedor being the one consistently pulling him out of trouble. In August 2004, Alex received an offer to face off against Mirko Cro Cop, one of the greatest heavyweights in the world, and known for his skull-crushing high kicks. Despite Alex's confidence in securing a victory, his training camp consisted of trying every cocktail recipe known to humanity and perfecting his dance moves at the club, which clearly had a detrimental effect.
The 4-point attack on the ground, and of course he acquiesced, and we are underway.
The size difference was evident from the start, as Emelianenko barrels forward trying to close the distance and limit Cro Cop's kicking game. However, Cro Cop countered effectively and continuously circled around, showcasing superior fight IQ and seasoned experience. 2 minutes into the fight, Cro Cop delivers a devastating signature left high kick that lands perfectly, causing Emelianenko to crash to the canvas. It was Fedor who avenged his brother 1 year later, securing a unanimous decision victory over Cro Cop and retained his heavyweight title. He rebounded with a decision victory 3 months later in the M1 organization, before re-entering the Pride ring against English brawler James Thompson. Thompson looked ready to knock Alex's lights out, while Alex looked like he was waiting in line at the post office.
Look at the contrasting styles. Thompson, very intense. Emelianenko.
As soon as the bell rings, Thompson charges like a bull right at Alex, but the Russian had other plans. After finishing Thompson in 11 seconds, Alex returned to the ring 5 months later to face off against the towering 6'8" Brazilian Ricardo Moraes. This time, it took him 15 seconds to turn Moraes' lights out.
Hey, and what did Alexander do with us? Oh, here we go! He said, I'm light on my feet, I'm gonna move around the ring, you watch me.
In October 2005, Alex made an appearance at the Bushido event in Netherlands, stepping into the main event spot to replace his injured brother. Facing off against the European kickboxing champion, René Roos, Emelianenko wasted no time in charging forward from the get-go. He delighted the spectators with a dominant performance, finishing the fight in just 28 seconds. This victory marked his 4th consecutive win, requiring less than a minute in total to finish his last 3 opponents. On the New Year's Eve, he faced his next opponent, Paweł Nastula, a 1996 gold medalist judoka. Nastula focused on avoiding stand-up exchanges and managed to take Alex down.
From Nastula, he's now being hunted Emelianenko, but look at him now, body lock, and he gets looking to try to secure the armbar. Attempting an armbar, Nastula found himself countered by the Russian, who eventually seized Nastula's back and secured a choke. There you go, working at it now. And enjoying himself, but there he goes for the rear naked choke.
It's a little high though, he's got his chin in there.
He's tapped, he's tapped.
Oh my God.
However, despite all the wins and glory, Alex was always absent from the gym, preferring the VIP lounge and vodka bottles over the sparring sessions. In May 2006, during the second round of the Pride Openweight Grand Prix, Alex faced off against none other than former UFC heavyweight champion Josh Barnett. Although Alex initially dominated the fight, showcasing beautiful striking, his lack of training began to catch up with him when Barnett refused to go down early like his previous opponents.
Picking his shots, Craig, and just taking the round.
Really got to push the pace a little bit more.
As Alex started to fade, Barnett seized the opportunity to take him down and ultimately finished the fight with an Americana.
Specialist now raining down some left knee with a key lock, and there it is.
In his final bout in Pride, Emelianenko secured victory over former teammate and fellow Russian Sergei Kharitonov via TKO.
Nice right hand there by Emelianenko. These guys love to slug it out.
The back-and-forth match concluded in the first round after Emelianenko delivered the relentless punches and knees to Kharitonov on the ground, prompting the referee to stop the fight. In March 2007, Pride executives made the announcement that Lorenzo Fertitta, co-owner of Zuffa, had struck a deal to acquire all assets of Pride Fighting Championships, effectively bringing Pride under the UFC umbrella. Despite the transition of all Pride fighters to the UFC, the Emelianenko brothers remained separate from the deal, as they failed to reach an agreement with the parties involved. Alex embarked on a journey through various organizations outside of Japan, continuing to add wins to his resume by finishing his opponents spectacularly.
What his knockout resistance is coming from his Samoan blood. This is scheduled for 3. Oh! Solid shot to the temple.
Emelianenko. Aleksander взял руку и...
Fighting for the first time in North America in October 2007, Alex faced off against the super heavyweight Dan Babish. Despite Dan's unusual fighter's physique, he came to the fight boasting a 6-fight win streak.
Fighting 2
As Dan rushed to wrestle Alex, the Russian quickly seized control of his neck and submitted him in the first round.
Especially taking the fight on short notice. That's exactly right. Figured to favor Emelianenko because Bober's got such a big neck. Oh, he might have him. Oh, we got him.
Alex continued his journey and win streak, but his opponents didn't quite match the caliber seen in the Pride days.
Oh, nice knee. In the hands. Santos is under Emelianenko, letting his hands go. Oh, he's in big trouble now. He even entered the boxing ring, making his boxing debut against a Russian army boxing champion in a bout that ended in a draw. However, during this time, his alcohol addiction grew even bigger, leading to his involvement in public scandals. He would even appear drunk at his own seminars. And his commitment to training sessions became even worse. But his lack of commitment and discipline would eventually catch up to him. His 8-fight winning streak saw its end in December 2010, when he squared off against Australian kickboxer Peter Graham. Thinking it would be a walk in the park, the Russian was in for a rude awakening when Graham started chopping at his legs like he was at a lumberjack competition. After Alex hit the ground for the 4th time, it became clear that continuing the fight would be fruitless. Returning to the Russian promotion M1, Alex aimed for a comeback as he faced off against former boxer Magomed Malikov. However, Malikov greeted Alex's comeback attempt with a punch that sent his dreams flying off to another dimension. He rebounded with a TKO victory a couple of months later, but fell short again 1 year later, submitting to a choke from American grappler Jeff Monson in the 2nd round. Following this defeat, he announced his retirement from MMA competition, citing a chronic injury and lack of time for his family as contributing factors in his decision. However, he unretired 3 months later and took on a money fight against American MMA superstar Bob Sapp in 2013 in Moscow, defeating him in the 1st round. In 2014, Emelianenko faced accusations of assaulting and raping his former housekeeper. 1 year later, he was found guilty of sexual assault and sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. This incident marked the final straw for Fedor, who completely disassociated himself from his brother, stating, "He is dead to me." Emelianenko was released on parole in October 2016 and returned to MMA competition in 2017. With his alcohol addiction spiraling out of control, Alex became a shadow of his former self, finding himself in even worse situations. He then resorted to taking fights against YouTubers and bloggers just to entertain the crowd. While he manages to bounce back from setbacks, each new downfall seems to drag him deeper into the abyss of his troubles. In his prime days, Aleksander Emelianenko emerged as a formidable force within the MMA world. Despite grappling with personal demons and wavering discipline, his raw talent shone through, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of fans worldwide.
And even Justin seconds, and Alex